In this video, I'm going to share some selected clips of an Akashic Records reading I did with an old soul who's experienced many lifetimes. He's a wanderer and an ambassador to the Ascension Councils on the Arcturians. If you are interested in a reading, please go to melissafike.com and look under Work with Me. Enjoy! All right. When there's a lot coming in, I kind of sometimes I'm like, slow it down, slow your roll, please. So there's a lot coming in. The first thing I really want to talk about is this is really the time of your transformation. You, uh, it's really time for you to stop playing small and really get deeper into your own transformational opportunities, we'll call them. So what I'm seeing is like there's a lot of inner change, um, and then outer change, but then what sometimes you're kind of you're holding back on allowing some of the inner stuff to change, to transform. And this has to do with some old energies, old traumas that I'm seeing that's kind of in the way. And because of those things, you get to a point and then and we all do this, but they're telling me about it. So it must be important for you. Our ego's like, whoa, I'm going to just wait for a while. I'm not sure about this, holding off a little bit. But this really is energetically a really important time for your transformation. They're um, they're actually bringing me to your galactic records. They hold your lifetimes or your expressions. I stopped calling them so. They hold some of your expressions, your soul expressions, on other planetary systems. And what's happening is that you have this this very well you have Palladian, but then you also have the Lyran system. And the thing is that they're both kind of together, and then they have some Sirius B. So it's kind of all over the place. Your Arcturian connection is with that's kind of where they were going with this. You're part of the councils, and when you are on the councils, you work directly with Arcturians. That's not uncommon. So the thing is that you will find them as your guides more often, which is why you feel connected to them. So they're the ones who are really, the Arcturians are here, they're really here for the ascension. And it doesn't, I want to just keep on what they're telling me because I'm asking, like, am I missing something? Should I, like, is there Arcturian? So I always say it's in the blood. But when they show me, so let me go back to where they originally were. So they're talking about all these different star systems. They're talking about them because I say it's in your blood, literally. To me, energetically, it looks like it's literally in your blood. And when they talk about this, that is the adventurous wandering soul. Those are the ones that are going to different systems and doing different things in different systems. They're usually very, very old souls, and they're usually the ones who aren't afraid to, you know, try out something that's really different or really new. Um, and that's why it's not just your one star system. You're a wanderer, which means that you've played in a lot of arenas. When you play in a lot of arenas, you're usually part of the councils that you go and speak to like you go back to the councils and you give them information, and you also sit with there. Right now, you're sitting on a council. There's a lot of Arcturians on that council, and there's a reason for that because right now, they're really very, very present, more so even than 5 years ago, because I've worked with them for a long time. Their presence is even more palpable and real than it was even 5 years ago because we're finally at that precipice of shifting. And that means the very, like we're at we're at the very beginning, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And this is going to be going on for thousands of years. I mean, people are like, well, yes. And unfortunately, we're still like still kind of dealing with time and space, and that's shifting in weird ways, but we won't go there. Um, but that's why I feel that you have like six Arcturians that are consistently around you, and they speak through you, they speak to you, they speak for you. And that's what I feel why you feel so connected with the Arcturians. I'm not saying, and if you feel that you have Arcturian blood, yes. I mean, go for whatever feels right to you. I'm not attached to it. I'm just telling you what they're telling me. That's why you never felt like one star system or what, like you'd be like, yeah, but, and maybe, like you were like, and maybe that one, maybe that one. So you never could like really, but the Arcturians made sense to you. Yes, of course they do. They're your main guide. You can't channel Arcturians not at the higher level when you are in the frequency of fear. It doesn't fit. It's already in your energy system, right? So it's not like you just didn't understand it and your ego just kind of, got a little like boisterous. So because that's what fear is, it's old energy, right? It's not, I always say fear is the ego's playground. But yeah, that's why they're coming through to you, but that's because you're a wanderer and you sit on the council. What I'm seeing is there are more people who are either coming into their own or incarnated here for the ascension. When I say you sit on councils, it means that you're sitting on the ascension councils that are here for the transition. So literally, you go there. And sometimes a lot of times it's in our dream states that we go there, um, and, and, and report back. I've been trying to do it more consciously, and I'll go in there and I'll say, look, you need to help those who are doing the work, and I'll help them, but we need this or this, like, because they don't know, they see it from a different perspective. So we're going in there trying to explain things and also bring in higher frequencies because years ago, they told me that leaders in our world don't matter anymore. They're being phased out. Now, again, it's not, unfortunately, not overnight. But what the next phase is the vibrational leader. Those are the leaders who are holding the frequency of the ascension. And the more we can raise the vibration, not, that's kind of a loosey goosey term, but that's the best way to explain it. When you can raise your vibration, you're holding the frequency of love. You're holding the frequency of loving kindness. Even if you're not that 24/7, you're still holding the energy. You're actually more of a leader than someone who's making laws because that's where we're headed. Because you're reporting back, but you've been doing that for a long time. This isn't new to you. You're a very old soul, which is why some people are like, you know, they kind of, I mean, I don't know if this is exactly true, but what they're saying is that they kind of get annoyed with you because you kind of know things and they're just like, it can frustrate people that are around you in a way. Like you just know things and they're like, they don't quite get it. A karmic pattern from your family of teachers, like you said, they're a teacher, they're a teacher. I'll give you like a quick example. So my son is really very, very smart, and he does have like an engineering mind. His father's an engineer, his grandfather's an engineer, his brothers or his uncle's an engineer, like engineers all over, and construction, like builders, right? Civil engineers and builders, like big time. And I actually went into his records when he was very little, and I just cleared the need to be what everybody else is. Had not done that, he may have gone into engineering. which would have been okay, but he had more of a creative mind on the, like he was very melded. I just felt like let him make his own choices. That's why I did that. Well, honestly, part of this is still that fear, ego energy that we saw earlier. That is a big one for you. And pulling in, always feeling like there's something missing. There's a
Mm,
lot of this, like, something's missing in the equation. So wait, sometimes like it's good, but this is working, but it's that type of thing. That there's always something missing. That's the words that they're using. I don't know what that is for you exactly. You might have to discern that for yourself. Yeah, because what's happening is it's like you're half in because you're kind of looking over your shoulder wondering. I think that's that wandering soul. So you're one of those people that has to have a lot of things. Like I'm doing a life coach. I'm certified in a yoga instructor. I'm a fifth grade teacher. I'm a kindergarten teacher, right? So all of these
mm,
things because you're not one thing. I don't feel like you have to give it up, but I do feel like something has to shift within you in order for like something has you have to do something different, whether it's going to a different school, working with in a different type of system, changing your own, like there has to be a change because something is amiss. And they're not giving me a clarity on it, and that's the problem. Something has to change. But they won't tell me what that is because it's time for you to know. And they keep I never look at the clock. It's 3:33 right now where I am. And it's important for you to understand that has your soul has to be in alignment with what you do, and you have to be in alignment with that because it's not about what you do. It's not about like what boxes you tick on the, IMA, tick, tick, tick. This is really about how you're approaching everything that you're doing. In my book, I say it's who you're being, not what you're doing. And that is so, so true. Wanderers tend to be teachers because they know a freaking lot. What did they first say about you? They just reminded me what they said was like sometimes you know a lot and people get annoyed with you because you just know things and they're kind of like why do you know this? Like they're kind of like I don't know, it just feels like they don't get it or they're annoyed or something like that. And that's why because you already have that you come here with that like strong knowledge and awareness and wisdom, and that's that's what we're here to impart, right? So that wisdom, it's not about like I know how to add and I know algebra. It's not anything about that. It's about the wisdom. And when we marry that knowledge with our heart, it's wisdom, and we need more wise beings in the world. What's happening is that um, for so long we've been under this like masculine frequency, and this is an alchemical masculine. Masculine energy is really, it's controlling, it's very grounded, it's very structured, it's very aware, it's very analytical, it understand, there's a mind piece of that. And then the feminine energy is all about intuition and creativity and seeing the bigger picture. If the feminine has its way, it's flighty and disconnected. But when you marry the two and you actually meld the two together, you have wisdom. You need all of this. You need the wisdom. Like all of this is important. And I want you to bring that forward instead of trying to fit in some sort of a box that you just will never fit in. Sorry. You're just not. That's not your energy. It's not your focus. That's why you see the world is like, how can we change things?